There was a small family consisting of just a mother and her young daughter. One day, they moved into a small house in the San Fernando forest. The mother wanted a larger place in the city, but unfortunately, she only had enough money to buy that rundown house. The walls of the house were white, and it had been abandoned for a long time. As soon as the mother and daughter arrived at the house, they were visited by an old woman who seemed mysterious. She claimed to live very close by and spoke to the daughter, named Marian, saying, "I have a warning for you, little one. When you go into the forest and see a white orb, never try to chase it. It is better not to go into the forest at all." Marian's mother thought the old lady was crazy, though she preferred to talk to her out of courtesy. In the end, she also decided to keep her daughter inside the house to protect her from any potential dangers outside. The next day, the mother went to take a bath, and Marian took the moment to explore the place. While the mother was in the bath, she saw a small drop of blood fall into the water. She immediately felt uneasy and decided to leave. As she looked up at the ceiling, she saw a large white orb being pulled away. She rushed out of the bathroom, wrapping her robe around her to call for Marian. Suddenly, she heard something moving behind her until it was practically on her shoulder. The white orb was approaching her, bouncing out of nowhere. She ran up the stairs in terror, lost control of her footing, and fell to her death. Meanwhile, Marian, unaware of what had happened, wandered into the forest. Soon, she too heard something approaching her. She looked up in shock to see a white orb moving from branch to branch among the trees, as if unseen hands were playing with it. Frightened, she started to run, but the more she tried to escape, the closer the malevolent orb came to her. She stopped in front of a large oak tree and heard a noise from above. When she looked up, she found another pale-skinned girl perched on the tree, staring at her. Marian screamed and tried to flee, but the girl pounced on her from the tree and began scratching her. Marian screamed for a long time, but her cries faded into the forest, leaving silence. In the end, there were two lifeless bodies, one in the forest and the other in the house with white walls. Then the old woman appeared again behind the oak tree, the same woman who had visited Marian and her mother.